We welcome you to the 34th and 47th annual Jack Tosh Holiday Tournament here from York High School in Elmhurst, Illinois. Bobby Hessling alongside Ryan Raquel. And Ryan, we're going to watch Glenbard West play tonight, the #1 team in the state. How excited are you for this?
Oh, it's going to be a great game. #1 in the state. And we got Bacon Saga Man over there. It's going to be a great game.
Glenbard West, obviously #1 in the state, the favorite to win the Jack Tosh. And we've got a packed gym behind us, for the most part. And this place is already loud. Go figure.
Yeah, it's getting hard to hear you, in fact.
Starting five for Glenbard West currently being announced. Caden Pierce is one of them. That's Bobby Durkin right there, number 33.
There's the big man himself.
Braden Huff, 6'10", going to Gonzaga. And rounding it out is Ryan Renfro, another senior. So a very senior-heavy team. Glenbard West obviously not going to mess around in this tournament. Favorite to win it, like I said. And it's just going to be fun to watch Glenbard West. You know, they played at York, well, was it not this past Friday, but the Friday before that, beat York. This is their first game in the Jack Tosh. You think they're excited?
Oh, they're definitely excited. Get this show on the road.
Delayed start time was expected 7:30 start.
Yeah, but the game before went a little bit long.
Games went late, so it's going to be about a 7:47 start time. And Huff will jump against Benji Zander. Or excuse me, against Tamaris Brown. St.Pats controls the tip, and the end of their bench is loving it. So St.Pats will start with the ball first. And they'll try to get something going. Glenbard West, they run that 1-3-1 zone on defense. Very hard to stop. 3 on the way, short. Rebound by Renfro. The shot by, I believe that was Brandon Adorno.
I actually haven't realized how tall Glenbard West is. I've never sat this close to them.
3 on the way, left is short. Rebound goes to Bobby Durkin. Kicks out to Huff. Pierce into the corner. Renfro back in the hands of Pierce. Caden Pierce is one of the guys going to Army West Point, and one of 2 guys actually going to West Point. 3, and he was fouled, and 1.
Oh, they're loving it here. They're loving it here.
We're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see a lot of that here tonight.
See if he can convert.
I would assume so. Yeah, absolutely. So Caden Pierce knocks down the easy ones. And now St.Pats will go to work offensively. Kicks out, corner 3 on the way for Jamal Keys. Off the mark, rebound goes to Bobby Durkin. Now all these guys for Glenbard West, they can bring the ball up the floor. And Braden Huff, being 6'10", has guard-like abilities, which for any player.
He's not even a true center. He can shoot 3s as well.
Exactly. Almost showed us why, too. Very talented player. We saw him last year when we went to Glenbard West for a few games, and we saw how good this Glenbard West team was.
They've definitely grown stronger, I will say. Ditching up Bobby.
Right. Bobby Durkin transferred there the summer of this year. So Coach Apoka's got a pretty good squad on his hands to be a state contender. 3 on the way. Impacts the order. Warden sinks that one as well. And already a 7-0 lead for Glenbard West.
It's not even 2 minutes in yet.
This will go down the other way. Ryan Renfro gets his hands up there. Poked it away, try to get something going. It'll be Glenbard West ball. And in Glenbard West, they just do not look like a high school team. They honestly look like a college team.
With their big size, no.
Which, for any team, is a key to success.
Mm-hmm.
And a near lob instead. Warning goes up, and a timeout is called by St.Pats. Coach Mike Bailey had to call a timeout and already a 9-0 lead for Glenbard West.
How would you bounce back from this? Down 9-0, not even 2.5 minutes in.
I don't think I have an answer for you. I mean, Glenbard West is extremely talented. You just have to try to find some open looks and beat Glenbard West defense, which is no easy task for how big their team is compared to, obviously.
Yeah, their size difference.
Right, St.Pats. But either way, glad to be here.
It's been 2 years.
It has been.
Back here.
It has been. It's been 2 years. We've been waiting for this. And this year, Glenbard West is a new addition to the Jack Tosh. And I would say it's a good new addition, too. Makes the tournament just that much stronger. Glenbard West was supposed to play last night versus Downer South. However, Downer South had a COVID issue, leading to Glenbard West not playing. So their first game was an automatic advancement, and they get to play St.Pats. So St.Pats with a win last night, and next game after that is Glenbard West, and a bad pass is going to go down with the Hilltoppers. Durkin from almost the volleyball line. Caden Pierce goes down low. Pass down low to Huff. Nearly lost it. Renfro stays along at the baseline and turns it over. Not too many mistakes this Glenbard West team makes. But one right there, and a shot that looked to be tipped by Paxton Warden. And here comes Huff. Skip pass. Warden 3 on the way. Connects.
I don't think they've missed yet. If they have, it's only been like once.
Yeah, I think you're right, too. I don't know if they've missed. At least not from 3. Pass a little high, but that one is hauled in by Hanley. Rivera with the ball in his hands for St.Pats, trying to beat the defense, and Caden Pierce. You don't want to jump with him, and that's why.
Another early timeout.
Another Mike Bailey timeout, and the second one in 4 minutes.
They just erupted after that one. The whole crowd behind us.
All the Glenbard West fans behind us, and they travel really well for their Hilltoppers. I mean, for good reason, too. You're the #1 team in the state. I know they traveled well here to York on the 17th, but early mistakes for St.Pats is a big reason why they're down 14-0, and they're just not playing well defensively either.
Yeah, that's true. Early turnovers results in big points. Already burned 2 timeouts already.
Right.
I don't know what they're gonna use in their huddles to bounce back from this early deficit. 14, double digits already.
And it's hard to make a comeback against a team like Glenbard West just for their size.
Especially down 4 double digits, too.
Right. I mean, they only have 2 guys with points, but that doesn't account for Bobby Durkin, Huff, and Ryan Renfro, who are all very good players. And checking in for Glenbard West for the first time is Jack Cardwell. And Jack Cardwell, compared to some of the other guys on the floor, I mean, look at him standing next to Huff. His head is at Huff's shoulders.
Like his son.
Yeah. But Huff is 6'10". Glenbard West running a full court press. Obviously, they mean business for whoever the team they face. Adorno, bounce pass. 3 off the mark, rebound to Pierce. A nice strong rebound, and here comes Glenbard West offensively. lot of people have spilled into the South Gym to watch this one, and that's
I don't know what that was. Was that a shot or a pass?
I think that was an attempted pass. That is blocked by Bobby Durkin. Durkin makes a bad pass. He ends up making up for it. Good Lord. Gets so high off the ground. Cardwell for three, connects. Every one of the guys on the floor for Glenbard West can shoot, and we saw Huff take a three, and you said that earlier. He can shoot for three, and he's pretty good too. Corner three on the way, off the mark. Rebound by Glenbard West.
When are we going to see them convert for their first points? That's what I'm wondering.
I'm not sure, but Durkin for three, he converts.
There was certainly a player shaking up. It was a, what was it, a 5-on-4?
I believe so. That's going to lead to a masked timeout, so it is a 20-0 score. 20-0.
I don't think I've seen this big of a margin
in the first quarter?
First 5 minutes.
Ever?
It hasn't even been 5 minutes.
I don't think so either. We've called a lot of games.
Yeah, but not that I can remember personally.
Exactly.
I'm sure there was probably one.
Remember all the early morning games we called in 2019? There was never a big deficit in those games.
No. There was a lot of fouls, though. I do recall that. There were a lot of fouls.
That was always a great talking point throughout the course of the game. Teams with fouls. I mean, this one's clean so far. Only
it's going
one
by
foul.
fast. What? There's
only one foul.
Yeah, there is.
You're not going to confuse that for points, right?
No, I just couldn't find it on the scoreboard.
I mean, you could look at both. I mean, that one's got more player fouls, but still. Glenbard West with a 20-0 lead. Huff has not scored a point yet, and he's one of the players that...
Just because he's not scoring points, still a factor on the court for his big size.
An absolute monster on defense. Gets the offense going. And for any team scouting report, he's the first guy on the top of the list that you want to stop. But then you just go down the list. You have Caden Pierce, Paxton Warden, Jack Cardwell, who's obviously coming off the bench, Bobby Durkin, and then, you know, Ryan Renfro. And, you know, there's other guys too. Graham Pierce, we might see him play for a bit. Just so many good players on this Glenbard West team that leads everyone to think they are a favorite to win the state championship this year. Yeah, I mean,
it's certainly in the making of it. They certainly have a great team to do it. I think this is their best chance.
They've had a great season thus far too. Wins over Hillcrest, Yorkville Christensen, and Glenbrook South. So 3 very quality wins for this Glenbard West team, trying to make a few more quality wins in this holiday tournament. Bounce pass. That's Rivera for 3. That shot's off the mark. Pierce up the floor to Durkin. Immediately double team, tries to go down low. And
there you go. There's his points.
First points are a dunk, and he slams it down.
It was a tip. It was a tip. That's the advantage of being big.
Really is. That's a long 3 off the mark. It'd be really cool to see like Braden Huff do like a windmill dunker, like through the legs or something like that.
Seeing a dunk just in general is great.
In high school too.
That was right from the volleyball line.
It was a very deep 3 for Paxton Warden. And it is 25-0 Glenbard West. Very early on, Caden Pierce trying to get a stop on defense. Another near turnover for St. Pats. They do turnover.
That's their big downfall to this game, is turn the ball over and over again.
Bounce pass to Pierce, moves it along to Warden. Warden airballs a 3. That is not like Paxton Warden to airball that shot.
I think they haven't really made much mistake. That's it. Missing a couple of shots. That's it.
It was out of bounds. It's going to go down with St. Pats. St. Pats still yet to score a point. And the legendary coach, Mike Bailey at St. Pats, I'm sure is very frustrated at his team right now. I think he knows how good of a team Glenbard West is. He's
you don't walk in this gym thinking that you're going to have an easy game against them.
Absolutely not. But I'm sure he didn't expect it to be
down
this
25.
out of hand.
No,
Yeah.
I would not as a coach. No.
He's already had to burn multiple timeouts. Left hand, not a good take. And this is going to stay with St. Pat's.
Minute 15 left, first quarter. Can they get something started?
Well, there's a deep three. That's good.
First points of the game. Let's go right there. See if they can build on that.
Elijah Breland knocks down the first points of the day for St. Pat, so they get their first points of the day. And Glenbard West goes right back to work offensively. Huff is off the floor. Pass across, nice bounce pass for Ryan Renfro. Mid-range jumper off the mark and off his hands. And it's going to go down with St. Pat's.
Yeah, even with him not on the court, it's still a very deep bench.
St. Pat's moving the ball around. Defense looks like it's kind of slacked off for Glenbard West. That's also the difference.
It's definitely size difference.
Yeah, no Huff or Bobby Durkin in the game. Breland's shot is off. Glenbard West grabs the miss, and they might hold for the last shot. And there's a lob to Pierce and a little reverse layup off the glass. Very nice finish by Caden Pierce. Long three by Breland.
Oh.
Very close to going in, but after the first quarter, it is 27-3 Glenbard West over St. Pat's.
I just don't know where to start.
You don't know where to start? I don't know either. Besides, it's all Glenbard West.
I don't know. It's a very one-sided affair, obviously, early.
Yeah, very much so. And I believe this game has just gone final in the Campbell Gym. I believe Bolingbrook has just won. I believe this is final too. Bolingbrook has beat St. Francis 60-53. So Bolingbrook, we were watching that game for a little bit in the hospitality room, and that was, you know.
Yeah, it was so low scoring in the first quarter.
It was.
I think Bolingbrook only had 7 points.
And that's not like Bolingbrook either. We remember them from 2019, and
yeah, they beat our good York team.
They beat York, and they beat that really good Hinsdale South team that consisted of Bobby Durkin and his older brother Billy Durkin. So, I mean, Bolingbrook will advance on to the Jack Tosh holiday tournament. They will play the winner of York and Andrew, which should be going on in probably about 15 minutes or so. They'll be going on in the Campbell Gym. But a big, very big first quarter here for Glenbard West. And it's just a privilege to be sitting courtside and watching the #1 team in the state, because there's not too many people that can say that.
There is not too many people that say that. No, it's my first time.
And to be able to cover them and watch these guys play and, you know, hopefully talk with some of the players throughout the course of the tournament is also
future
very exciting.
Stars.
I mean, you would hope so. Start of the second quarter, St. Pat's trails by 24. Bad pass. Glenbard West wanted a foul, didn't get it. Breland's shot airballed, but I think he was fouled on the way up, and he was. But a very clean game.
One foul apiece. Pretty clean, if you ask me.
Cannot make the free throw. Obviously, we know you always want a team to have as less fouls as possible. You said that a lot during the 2019 Jack Tosh.
Yeah, there was a lot of fouls. That's the key to stay out of the foul trouble.
It really is. Huff back in the game after sitting for a few minutes to end the first quarter. And And they just triple team him whenever the ball gets into his hands. Down low to Renfro, kicks out Huff. Thought about the skip pass, instead dumps it off. 3 on the way, that's off the mark.
Yeah, to at least a double team, that's what I saw.
Exactly.
You sacrifice the other. Yeah, you sacrifice other people getting open, which this team's already very talented enough. They can shoot, as they've already proven, 27-4.
Jack Cardwell sits, and I believe Caden Pierce checked back in. That was Brian Hanley who missed the layup. It was contested by Huff, and it's going to go down with Glenbard West. 2 games left on the day. It's obviously this one and then York and Andrew. And assuming Glenbard West holds on, they'll have a date with Leo tomorrow night in the Campbell Gym, obviously on YSN. Yeah. Nice shot by Durkin. And a nice finish by Brian Hanley.
If they manage to blow this game, I think the coach would go absolutely ballistic.
I would say Jason Apoco would lose his mind. If being up 27-3 at one point, that would happen. Nice finish by Renfro with the left hand, and Glenbard West goes back up by 23. The long pass nearly goes out of bounds, and a travel call. That is Antoine Thomas, who gets called on the travel, I believe, or maybe that might have been Adorno. The 2 and 3 look very similar on the St.Pats jerseys.
You said the 2s and 3s?
Yes. From at least my point of view.
They're all like the same color, honestly. It's hard to tell.
Not the largest font either. Glenbard West, it's pretty easy to tell with the dark green on the white. There's a lob inside to Warden, and that goes out of bounds. Just a bad lob. And Warden and Pierce talk it over. You feel like they run that a million times in practice. How does that slip up in this game?
You can practice it as many times as you possibly can. So sometimes you just can't execute.
That is true. 3 on the way is good by Adorno. So St.Pats continues to put up a fight. Obviously just trying to better their team. They had a win over Notre Dame not too long ago, which is a huge win for them, but obviously the toughest game on their schedule is this game right here. Is finish for Ryan Renfro is easy enough, and he's got 4.
What do you think the score of the final game, or at the end of this game, is going to be? If you had to put your best guess.
Honestly, don't know. I think Glenbard West has a good chance to finish with about 75, 80.
I was thinking around that as well. They're bringing up the score right now. That's Durkin.
A nice finish. That was Braden Huff who finishes strong.
He's got 4 points.
And a timeout is taken.
They're going to burn all their timeouts before this half is over, aren't they? It's absolutely what it looks like.
It's possible.
They only got 2 left.
And when I watched Glenbard East versus Glenbard West, nothing is a guarantee.
Yeah, nothing is a guarantee at this stage. But it's very likely. Three.
That one is good. That is Tamaris Brown.
33-12 now.
So, I mean, St. Pat's is obviously, I mean,
they're a good
still
team.
going to play.
They're still a good team.
They're still a good team. They're still going to play. Strong take by Pierce. Glenbard West will just move the ball around. Kent Buckles checks in to get him for the first time for the Hilltoppers. That's a 3. Warden off the mark. Rebound goes to the St. Pat's.
It's a block. For 3. Converts.
Tamaris Brown back-to-back threes.
They're bringing it closer. That's still a long way to go. Approaching that 3-minute 40-second left in this half.
I mean, St. Pat's on defense, they are playing really well, but what's hurt them has been the turnovers.
Yeah, their offensive turnovers do not help at all, no.
Great ball movement. Buckles' shot is off.
Ball remains outside of the court for Glenbard West. I think it's a 90-second mass timeout.
It is. So they'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 3:14 left in the first half between Glenbard West and St. Pat's here on YSN. Out of the timeout, Glenbard West inbounds, and they will start with the ball offensively. Pass is tipped, trying to get down low to Warden. It is waved off, and I believe it is, yes, it was an offensive.
It's a push.
It is a push. Huff is going to check back in for Kent Buckles.
St. Pat's brings it up. They gotta lob the ball every time they get it over all the defenders.
Yeah, not a lot of strong passes out of St. Pat's, but a great play right there by Brian Hanley to get 2 quick points for St. Pat's off a turnover.
They're putting up a decent fight. They brought it within 16. They were down 25 early.
I was going to say, they've done a great job coming back.
Held them to 7 points since.
Durkin 3 on the way is short. Huff goes up. He was fouled, and he will go to the line and shoot 2. So Huff will shoot 2.
Converted on the first one. Two for 2 from the line.
I mean, makes sense. You're going to Gonzaga. You would assume you go 2 for 2 from the line.
You assume you have to have a decent, not even Shaq.
Yeah.
I think. He still made it in the league. He still made it. Can't be great at everything, but he certainly very good offensive weapon.
You wanted to have another shot comment like last year, didn't you? That's a runner that goes off the glass for Antoine Thomas, one of the sophomores on the St. Pat's team. So
yeah, their team is actually very young. They got 2 or 3 freshmen compared to all the seniors and juniors on the Glenbard West.
Yeah. So I mean, Jason Apoko next year is going to have quite the challenge with Glenbard West. A much greater challenge compared to this year's. That 3 is good for Paxton Warden. Because you look at St. Pat's, they have about, 2 freshmen and then 2 sophomores. So, you know, they've got that young experience, but with Glenbard West, they've got a lot older guys that are going to be going to college next year. Rebound goes to Huff. And it's very interesting to see, you know, how Glenbard West can shape out next year. Obviously,
yeah,
really
a lot of their talent's going to be gone.
Now, Jason Apoko is very good at developing talent. As there's a 3 by Caden Pierce, and it is 41-19 Glenbard West. Because Apoko got there, and he started Huff's sophomore year, and Huff really developed as a player. Pass is tipped, stays with the Shamrocks.
And there's a turnover.
Another turnover for St. Pat's.
They just keep converting on their turnovers, honestly. It might not be, it wouldn't have been a 41-point game, or 41 points they converted on if it wasn't for all the turnovers.
Strong rebound there by Tamaris Brown, excuse me. And there is a bank 3 by Brandon Adorno. So after a slow first quarter for St. Pat's, they've had a much better second quarter. A few more guys have been getting open looks. Coach Apoko is going to go a little bit deeper into his bench, and I believe that is Jack Obenhofer, who is at the scores table waiting to check in.
He's going to go line to shoot 2.
It'll be Caden Pierce. But I'm sure the foul numbers make you happy. 3 fouls come in 2.
5 is not too bad for the
first half.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Remember some games we had 10 with like 3 minutes left?
That game took forever. Those games took forever. Those 8 o'clock games.
Those very early morning games.
They were a great time, though.
Very sad not having the tournament last year. It was very disappointing. Everyone that helped with it last year and even this year was bummed out.
It's certainly different this year because teams are dropping out because of COVID reasons.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. It's not really the same.
No, it is not. Isn't it smaller as well?
In terms of what, teams?
Yes.
That's the same amount of teams. 3 on the way off the mark. I mean, we're down to 28 teams because of the amount that dropped out, but I mean, still a good amount of teams. That reaches halftime here in the South Gym, and it's 41-22. The Glenbard West Hilltoppers have the big lead over the St. Pat's Shamrocks, excuse me. So 41-22 at the half. Glenbard West has the lead. We'll take a break ourselves, and we'll be back at the start of the 3rd quarter here on York Sports Network. Start of the second half here from York. Ryan Piquel should be joining me in just a moment. Glenbard West will start with the ball to start the second half. Glenbard, Braden Huff, that is, inbounded. So obviously Glenbard West trying to just work the ball around right now. It's only a matter of time before we start to see some more of the bench guys coming. Pass inside to Huff. Got blocked, and a foul is called. I believe that is on Tamaris Brown. Now Ryan Piquel's back. Was it an extended halftime for you, or what's going on?
Yeah, I was talking to someone. Talking to one of my friend's dads. Been friends with him for years.
Right now in the Campbell gym, it is a Andrew lead. They were leading by what, 20 to 12 last time we were in there.
It's around that.
Andrew's got a sizable lead over York. Coach Dunn coaching in his first game. Part of the Jack Tosh is a coach here at York.
Not his first season, though.
It is not his first season. He's a second season head coach. That is tipped by Pierce. But definitely a special moment coaching your first Jack Tosh, or at least one can assume.
Definitely gets the blood flowing. All the excitement, hype around all the teams that are here. Playing basketball all week.
Start Monday at 8:30 in the morning. It's going to end about Friday at around 5 o'clock. Caden Pierce is at the line. He will shoot 2. For the Hilltoppers. First one falls for Caden Pierce. And I was saying, I think it's only a matter of time before we start to see some of the bench guys on this Glenbard West team, you know.
Maybe on both sides, honestly. Maybe not, honestly, no. There's still time.
You're right, there still is time. And I think St.Pats they're going to probably play most of their main guys. You know, Glenbard West, it's all about rest at this point. Trying to stay as healthy as possible. You don't want to risk an injury to Huff or Pierce or anyone like that.
Even if you just lose this tournament, it's not like it affects the season at all.
3 made by Brandon Adorno for the Shamrocks. St.Pats obviously down by 20, but they're still putting up a fight. They're all playing for pride as there's a pass inside to Durkin, and he goes up and finishes with the left hand.
Just steamrolled right through the defense right there. See, that's what happens when you double team all the players. You just leave the lane open.
Mid-range jumper falls. That is Andrew Aini, I believe is how you pronounce that name. Sorry if
It's a good guess. Better guess than me.
Pierce moves it into the corner, back out to Pierce. Bounce pass over to Durkin, down low to Huff. Skips it over to Pierce. Nice feed down low. Renfro waits and finishes with the right hand strong.
Back to a 22-point game.
Shamrock continue to move the ball around, trying to get something going. They've been a lot better offensively than they were in the first quarter.
Yeah, only scoring 3. Still keeping up with the turnovers, though, unfortunately.
Finished by Pierce. Could not get the finish. And answers right there, Andrew Aini again. Nice little stop and pop mid-range shot. Pierce kicks out. Bobby Durkin for 3.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Yeah, especially from him. Bobby Durkin. He's about 2 feet behind the three-point line and nothing but nylon.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to shoot it. I keep saying it, they keep double teaming everyone. They don't know what to do. I don't know how you would guard it. I don't know how you'd run this defense as well.
Well, against especially a team like this.
Yes, especially a team like this.
3 on the way, that rattles out. Rebound to Huff. So the 3 by Adorno comes up short, and Huff will bring it across the floor. Dumps it off. Down low, Renfro, one dribble, kicks out. Huff swings it into the corner, wide open. Paxton Morton for three. He connects two. Great ball movement right there by the Hilltoppers. And Paxton Morton has got 17. And me and Gavin talked about this in a lot of games, and I talked about this with Brian Grant too. The spread out scoring for Glenbard West is really good. 13, 7, 8, 8, and 6. I mean, nothing to complain about there if you're Jason Apoka.
This is a team sport, yeah. They're all working together as one. It's what you like to see as a coach.
I mean, I'm sure they've got one of the best groups of chemistry.
Yeah, they got a lot of depth out there as well.
Warden saves it from going out of bounds. Kicks out corner three for Huff. Off the mark, grabs the rebound, and just muscles his way through everyone else and finishes strong. And Huff has hit double digits with points.
And he's not even their leading scorer.
He isn't, and he's technically their best player, but it's just his ability on defense is so good.
Yeah, it's just the presence of him actually being there.
Takes out Adorno for three. That hit back iron. Aini grabs the miss. Nice little bounce pass to Adorno. Down low, turns it over, and it is a 2-on-1. Huff. Left-handed finish. Slams it down with the left hand.
St.Pats takes their second to last time out here.
They got one left, but did you see Ryan Renfro doing like raise the roof?
I did not. I was not looking at that.
He did that after Huff threw that down.
I'm surprised this whole room ain't shaky with that rim.
Well, it's a 30-point game. I mean, if this was a much closer game.
Hey, a dunk to dunk in my book.
Yeah. Still a lot of fans behind us for Glenbard West supporting their Hilltoppers, and I mean for good reason too. I mean, if anyone's school is #1 in the state, you expect a
expect to draw a crowd.
Yes, and a great fan base too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at some of the previous #1s, Simeon, Whitney Young, Curie. They always just draw big crowds because people want to watch really good basketball. And Glenbard West is one of those teams, and like I said earlier, it's a gift to be sitting courtside. Calling a game like this is we're in a 90-second mass timeout. That's what's different compared to years past. There's never been a mass timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Second straight year of it.
They're still running with the same 5. No, actually, I take that back. No, they're not.
Yeah, it looks like Bobby Durkin has subbed out, and that is Jack Cardwell has subbed in. And Jack Cardwell next to Caden Pierce and Ryan Renfro and Braden Huff. Looks like he's like 5 foot. Looks like he's 5'5", but I think he's 6'1", I believe. But compared to like Braden Huff, that's
everyone's short compared to him.
Yeah. So St.Pats out of timeout will bring the ball up and start to move it around. Dribble drive and
draw travel.
They're going to say Aini traveled.
Already subs out of the. That was a fast.
And Sergio Rivera is going to go sit for St.Pats. .245 left in the third quarter. Pierce thought about the three, didn't take it. Into the corner, Cardwell had a jab step, didn't take it. Huff drives.
At this point, do you even try to get more points, or do you just want to hold the ball as long as possible?
Well, I don't want the game to be boring.
No, you don't want it to be boring, but
well, sportsmanship, yeah, I guess you do have a point there.
Because we do have people that do get upset about that.
Well, Mike Bailey's been coaching basketball long enough. I'm sure he knows.
People do not like it when you run up the score.
Yeah. Glenbard West has been going a little bit slower on offense. They're still looks to be going full steam ahead. But I think that's what's so interesting about Glenbard West is they can play so many different styles. They can play fast, they can play slow, they can play balanced. Three in the corner for Tamaris Brown is off the mark, rattled in and out. And Pierce brings it up the floor, long pass to Warden. Down low to Renfro. Huff had it, then lost it. And a nice left-handed finish by Brian Hanley.
And look at that, he's raising the roof over there.
You think that counts as a dunk for Hanley?
I think that was more of a layup.
More of a layup? Me kind of grabbed rim.
It was not an impressive dunk. If people are considering it a dunk, it was not that.
Either way,
impressive.
still 2 points.
2 points, 2 points.
2 points is 2 points. You're absolutely right. Pierce drives. I think that was supposed to go to Pierce. Ends up in the hands of Pierce. And he sinks it.
They're still going crazy.
This Glenbard West team shoots lights out, and we're going to see 2 more guys check back in for Glenbard West. It's Bobby Durkin and I believe Kent Buckles. Tipped out of bounds by Cardwell. Going to stay with the Shamrocks, and it is Buckles and Durkin. Huff and Warden will set.
55 seconds left.
62-31 left in the third. Very good showing by St. Pat's. They played very well. 3 on the way. That hit back iron. That was Nico Soriano. I believe that's the first shot he's taken this afternoon. Cardwell thinks, doesn't take it. Shoots that one. That one rattles out. Grabs his own miss. Goes down low. Pierce into the corner. Swings it to Durkin. And Bobby Durkin hits yet another 3.
I know Braden Up is the best, but I think Bobby's honestly the fan favorite out of it all. And
It seems that way.
Seems to be that way.
We've heard how is Tamaris Brown 3 off the mark. How many people behind us have just chanted the name Bobby as airballs a 3 to end the third quarter? But how many people do you think have chanted the name Bobby from behind us?
Yeah, they were doing that before the game even started.
And that kind of caught me off guard. It's also my name. But
hey, that's okay though.
But
maybe they're actually cheering for you.
We'll never know. I doubt it, but
we do never know.
I mean, Bobby Durkin is on the court, and let's be honest, he's a lot better at basketball than I am.
I haven't seen you two play each other yet.
I mean, his height compared to mine.
What?
His height compared to mine.
Hey, that doesn't matter. Look at Rajon Rondo.
I mean, yeah, I guess you are right. 30 seconds away from the fourth quarter. We've had fun with this one. I mean, great to have you back doing it.
It's great to be back.
A lot of great games today that we saw. We started with Lake Forest and Tinley Park. Lamont and Rolling Meadows was fun. Batavia and Leo, we saw the end of that game. That was exciting. However, in the Campbell Gym, Elteen Conant was a blowout, 56 to, I believe, 18. And then Highland Park and Sandburg.
I didn't see that game. I just showed up at that time.
And then Highland Park and Sandburg had a very close finish. And then Bolingbrook moved on. They beat St. Francis. And Andrew and York is in a game right now. So once this one's over, we'll head over there. And we recommend you do the same. You'll be able to also watch that on York Sports Network. As the host of the tournament, the York Dukes are taking on the Andrew T-Bolts. And Andrew, very good team this year. A lot of height. They upset Tinley Park earlier this year. Long pass ahead. Tamaris Brown. Travel.
At this point, if you're St. Pats, do you shoot for the 3 or do you just go for the points?
I think you just go for points. Just play your offense the same way.
Obviously, that hasn't really been productive this game at all, no.
I think one thing that Coach Bailey is going to do is try to hold on to the ball in the next game. I mean, like we said, St. Pat's is a good team, but they matched up against a even better Glenbard West team. As Tamaris Brown is able to save that, and up the floor comes Hanley, and he finishes with the left hand. So Brian Hanley's up to 8 points. I believe he's the leading scorer for this Shamrocks team.
It seems to be that way. As far as my knowledge goes.
In the corner, Buckles got hit, and a foul is called. like I was saying, it is at the half between Andrew and York. It is 34-29, Andrew. So that will be an exciting finish in the Campbell Gym. So once we're done here, like we said, we recommend you switch over to that game.
He's out of bounds.
A few more teams, a few more substitutions are made on the part of both teams. It is Andrew Dauxis, is I believe how you say his name, number 12 for Glenbard West. He is checked in. As he gets some good playing time with this Glenbard West team. I saw him play versus Glenbard East. Very quick, as that shot is short. Rebound goes to Buckles. Buckles long pass to Cardwell. Cardwell, they swing it over. Durkin try to go down low, and I think it was a miscommunication.
It must have been.
Because Jack Oberhofer looked confused as the ball went to his left, and Apoka was asking for a foul. Obviously doesn't get the foul call. 3 on the way, off the mark. That 3 by Adorno, that's left short, and the rebound goes to Dawkins. And Jack Cardwell for Glenbard West, 25 in white. He's a really good 6-man for them. Long bounce pass tipped by Dauskas. And it's going to stay with St.Pats. Jamal Keys is going to check back in for St.Pats, and it is Durkin checks out. I'm trying to see who checked in for Glenbard West.
Yeah, we're almost with an entirely new squad for Glenbard West. All but one has 0 points.
It is Logan Brown who checked in for the Hilltoppers. Foul is called on Oberhofer. That's his first, and that is actually the, I believe, first for Glenbard West.
Yeah, for this half.
It is, and that's really good.
For my standards.
For your standards?
Everyone's standards.
Well, for everyone's standards. In the second half, a lot of clean basketball has been played. They'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 3:57 left between Glenbard West and St. Pat's on day 2 of the Jack Tosh Holiday Tournament. Out of the timeout is St. Pat's ball. 3:50 left. That's a deep 3. Oh, they're going to wave that off. An offensive foul is called. I believe that is on Rivera. It is Sergio Rivera gets called on the foul. As it was Elijah Breland, the freshman guard, who took the shot, but obviously waved off. It is a running clock now. for Glenbard West up being up 30. That is the IHSA rule. Glenbard West turns it over. Foul is called. A few fans on the St.Pats side have gotten very vocal.
About the foul?
It seems that way.
As he puts that one in for 2.
The freshman Elijah Breland. I'm sure in a few years he'll have a big name at St.Pats. Getting a lot of good minutes as a freshman, which is very rare to see. Loose ball controlled by Oberhofer, still on the ground, picked up by Breland, or that is not Breland, that is Jamal Keys. Out of bounds, Glenbard West will bring up the ball. And a whole bunch of subs are going to come in for Glenbard West. We will see. Oh, goodness, here we go.
Too many.
Lewis Ambley, Michael Glover. Is that 30? That is Benji Zander. Am I missing anyone? 23. Oh, and I called 23. I think, 15. Luke Dusek, that's another one. And then I think Declan Sheck. Yes. Okay, got all the subs right for Glenbard West. So they went with full substitutions. And they will play out the final 90 seconds versus St.Pats. But I mean, final thoughts?
There's not much to say other than 30-point game.
Glenbard West is good.
They're just
They're very good.
They're just unstoppable.
I mean, we'll see if that keeps up though.
I'm pretty good at myself in basketball, but I don't think I win.
Well, yeah.
Even against their deep bench.
Keys sinks the free throw. He goes 2 for 2.
Approaching the final 50 seconds of this game.
65-37. That's off the mark. Left hand and a good finish for Michael Glover. So the Glenbard West fans, they get loud for Michael Glover, and I would say for good reason. That's a deep 3. And he hit that. That is Jack Dolger.
Seconds.
And that will do it. Coming up next will be an interview from hopefully Jason Apoka, the head coach at Glenbard West, and at least one more. So as the clock winds out, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a moment with an interview from Coach Apoka. Stay right here on YSF. Right now, standing next to Braden Huff. Braden, big night for you guys. First Jack Tosh tournament win. You guys have had a lot of quality wins this year, and you get a win over St.Pats. How big is this for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, we've had a little time off over break, so just getting our feet under us again and playing another game has been good for us for sure. I mean, all these guys are really selfless and make it easy. So when we stepped on the court, we kind of just pick it right back up. So they made it pretty easy.
Yeah, speaking about the rest of your guys, you have so much talent around you. You guys make it look easy. You're the #1 team in the state. You know, you're drawing out big crowds. How nice is it playing with the rest of the guys that are around you, whether it be Caden or Paxton or Ryan?
Yeah, no, they take a lot of load off the rest of us, and yeah, no, it's most importantly it's just a lot of fun playing with them. I think scoring isn't like necessarily the most fun thing for me to do even at this point. Just facilitating and getting the other guys involved and doing all that, it makes it a lot of fun just seeing everybody contribute.
All right, big game for you tonight. Hopefully we got to see it tomorrow.
Yeah, sure, thank you.
Now, Coach Apoka, big win for you guys. Obviously, your first Jack Tosh tournament win, too. How big is this win for you guys? Like I told him, how big is it for you guys moving forward in the rest of this tournament?
I think it just builds our confidence. You know, having that bye, I actually think helped us, so we were able to have practice yesterday. And just again, playing, we had a week and a half off, and it seemed like we didn't miss a beat. The unselfishness was noticeable, and the defensive intensity early was very, very well, and I thought we attacked the glass offensively and defensively effectively, holding them, I think, 5 rebounds in the first half.
Now, you guys obviously won today. You had the bye yesterday, like you mentioned. You're now moving on to Leo tomorrow, and Leo's a very good team. What do you do looking forward to them, you know, trying to play them tomorrow in that Campbell gym?
Yeah, I mean, Leo is a fantastic team. They're going to get up, they're going to pressure us, they're going to try and make us feel uncomfortable. But again, we're long, and we can utilize our height and our length on the glass and with our zone to make it difficult for them to offensively score in rhythm.
You have the wins over Hillcrest. You have a win over Glenbrook South and Yorkville Christensen. You got a few more wins left. How important it is for you to bring home a Jack Tosh tournament for your guys, and it started tonight?
As interesting as it sounds, we just want to concentrate on Leo, and we want to play our best game against Leo and take it one day at a time. And if we make it to Friday, we make it to Friday. But right now, we want to just make sure we're healthy, we're doing the right things, and staying as a unit, as a team, and concentrating on our next opponent.
Congrats, Coach, and we'll hope to see you guys tomorrow moving on to day 5.
Thank you.
They'll do it here from the South Gym. I would recommend switching over to York Sports Network to watch Andrew and York. Yeah, Andrew and York. They'll do it from the South Gym. Glenbard West moves on. They'll face Leo tomorrow. And a big win for these Glenbard West Hilltoppers as they walk across the floor.